Hi everyone. Hey, Linda Thomas here. I am in my car in between appointments. It is raining and I think snowing a little bit here in Pittsburgh. My car says it's 32 degrees, so I think the snow's coming soon. But hey, staying warm and having fun as always. But hey, just a couple minutes I wanted to share. Had a great coaching call conversation with Joy yesterday, one of our great leaders here in Send Out Cards. And we got into the topic of coaching others on how to close at a presentation. And I love this conversation because it gave us an opportunity to talk about a couple things. And one, we have the luxury in Send Out Cards, obviously, to be mobile in our business. And we can do our business, show people how to send a card in the mobile pocket in a very simple way. And that luxury of simplicity and efficiency during our presentations is also what can get us tripped up. And when it comes to closing, what happens for most people is they do a great presentation. They tell their story, they send the card, they show ways how to get started, and they, show the mobile pocket and show the income opportunity. And it's usually a one-sided conversation. So when they get to the close, A, they're afraid to ask for it and maybe don't. And B, they don't know how to transition because they've done all the talking, right? So my advice, my suggestion is to make some connection points throughout your presentation. The presentation doesn't change. Your story, the app, ways to get started, mobile pocket, and revisit the 1 to 4, ways to get started, or 4 types of people that get started, right? But all along the way, you have to make connection points. You have to have the person on the other side of the conversation actually converse and have some dialogue with you. And the best way to do that is ask some questions. So all throughout the presentation, where can you ask questions to get them nodding their head yes and thinking, yes, this really makes sense for me? Most people listen to one radio station. It's WIFM. What's in it for me? That is what they want to know. So if you're having a one-sided conversation and you're just telling, and then asking for the close, you might not be getting as much business as you want. But when you have dialogue and all throughout the way, engage them and ask questions throughout the presentation, you're going to have more success in your closing. Let me just give you a couple examples of where to connect. Tell your story, right? That's part of our process. What in your story can you pull out? Like for me personally, there was a couple things. I immediately saw the system and said, everyone in my life, professionally and personally, needs this system. So I can communicate with anybody I'm in front of. If it's a real estate agent, mortgage broker, or a stay-at-home mom with 3 kids, I will say to whoever I'm sitting in front of, everyone in my life I knew needed this system. The mom at home with 3 kids, it's a legacy builder. It's a way for them to stay. Like, what do you have in your life that's going to document your children's life, right? What are you using now? They're going to say nothing, right? Because there's nothing like Send Out Cards. So there's ways to pull them into the conversation. Here's another example. When we show the first money back option, right? When they have 3 customers, 3 first personally sponsored MDs, that's $470. We always talk about that's the way to get your money back. But let's take it one step further. Say, look, it's $470. Obviously, you're going to get your money back. But, for kicks, like if I gave you $500 today, what would you do with that $500? Like find out what they're thinking. If they say, well, my son just started a semester in college and the books are about, this is a true story, by the way, about $500, that's a good way to pay for the college books, right? Find out what they're thinking, what's important in their life. And, this isn't rocket science. It's actually conversing and having dialogue with people, right? But we get so worked up in quote, doing our business that we forget that there's a person on the other side of the conversation. So if you want to have more success in closing, do the work. The process doesn't change. We're showing you the APA process, the steps in doing that you're probably really good at. But take a step back, remember the person behind the conversation and engage them. Find some connection points where they can go, yes, that's important to me. That's why I would like to stay connected with my clients, my customers, my friends, my family. Get them talking through the presentation with you. And when you get to the end of the presentation, you can take all those connection points and connect the dots for them. And you can remind them of everything they told you all along the way during the presentation. And when you ask for the business, you make those connection points with them. They are more likely to move forward with you than to not. So I hope that helps. And if you want more tips on that, just make comments below on the video and we'll expand on those connection points another time. Gotta go to my next appointment. See you guys. Have fun always. Bye.